You may not realize it yet, but right now, this very moment, God is whispering something into your spirit that sounds strange to the natural ear, but thunderous to the spiritual mind. God is saying, put salt in your shoes. And when God gives a command that unusual, that unexpected, that symbolic, it means He is preparing you for a journey that cannot be taken with ordinary steps, ordinary thinking, or ordinary faith. You cannot walk into the destiny God has prepared for you with the same shoes you wore in your season of struggle. You cannot walk into a higher calling with the shoes that have carried the dust of your doubt, the mud of your fear, and the weight of your past. God is telling you to place something powerful inside your shoes, something sacred, something symbolic, salt, because the next steps you take require preservation, power, endurance, and divine strengthening from the inside out. When God says put salt in your shoes, He's not telling you to do something mystical or superstitious. He's telling you to fortify your walk, strengthen your spirit, harden your resolve, make your faith unshakable. Salt is the symbol of endurance, and God is saying you will not faint on this next path. You will not tire. You will not give up halfway. You will walk with a firmness no attack can weaken, no storm can destroy, no fear can dissolve. Salt keeps what is valuable from decaying. And God is using this image to show you that the purpose He placed inside you will not rot away. The dreams He planted in your heart will not wither, and the strength you need to reach your promise will not fade. God is commanding you to prepare yourself inwardly for the outward journey ahead. There are people who wonder why their progress feels slow, why their footsteps feel heavy, why their spirit feels worn out before they even begin. It is because they are walking with empty shoes. They are stepping into battles with no spiritual reinforcement. They are taking risks with no preparation. They are trying to climb mountains with shoes that were never strengthened for the terrain. But God is looking at you and saying, I want your steps to be seasoned with faith, your path to be preserved with purpose, your courage to be fortified with strength. Put salt in your shoes so that every step you take echoes with the authority I have given you. You see, there is a difference between walking and walking with God-backed endurance. When God commands you to put salt in your shoes, He is recruiting you into a realm where your steps are no longer ordinary movements, they become declarations. Every footstep becomes a statement of faith. I will not quit. I will not bend. I will not let fear claim territory meant for my destiny. God is preparing you to walk through valleys without trembling and climb spiritual peaks without losing your strength. When God seasons your steps, no terrain is too difficult, no journey is too long, no burden is too heavy. Salt in your shoes means your progress will not be stolen. It means your steps will not slip. It means you will not be derailed by the distractions that took others off course. God is saying, I am preserving your momentum. I am protecting your forward motion. I am making sure that the enemy cannot contaminate or corrupt the path I am sending you on. Too many times, people begin with passion but end with exhaustion. They start with excitement but finish with discouragement. They have dreams but no endurance to reach them. And so God gives you an instruction that seems unusual but carries divine wisdom. Add salt to your steps so that your journey will last. There are people who will say, but God, why salt? Why something so simple? Why something so small? Because God often hides great power in simple things. God uses symbolic actions to transform spiritual realities. When God says, put salt in your shoes, He is teaching you that the smallest acts of obedience carry the greatest breakthroughs. Some people miss their miracles because they are waiting for dramatic signs. But God's greatest instructions are often quiet, unexpected whispers that shift the entire direction of your life. God is telling you that obedience, even to the smallest command, will unlock the largest blessings. Salt in your shoes also means clarity. It means God is purifying your walk so you do not wander into places that do not belong to you. It means He is removing confusion from your path so you stop walking in circles, repeating the same cycle, finishing the same lessons, encountering the same dead ends. God is saying, I want your steps to be directed, intentional, purposeful. I want you to move with confidence, not hesitation. I want you to walk with assurance, not uncertainty. When God seasons your steps, you stop wasting your energy on things that are beneath your calling. You stop chasing what distracts you. You stop walking into rooms where His presence is not sending you. Salt in your shoes means God is empowering you to stand when others fall. It means when pressure increases, you will hold your ground. When storms rise, you will not be moved. When people try to weaken your spirit, your footing remains firm. Salt toughens the surface of whatever it touches, and God is toughening your spirit. God is strengthening your inner posture. God is making you resistant to the spiritual erosion that brings others down. Have you ever noticed how quickly discouragement tries to melt your confidence? How rapidly fear tries to dissolve your peace? How easily pressure attempts to drain your courage? That is because you were walking without salt. You were walking without spiritual reinforcement. But now, God is saying, I am preserving you. I am guarding you. I am activating something powerful within you that will not allow your spirit to dissolve. Salt keeps what is valuable intact. And God is declaring that you are too valuable to go through another season where your strength melts under pressure. Salt in your shoes also means God is making you spiritually unbothered. When God places divine preservation in your steps, you stop reacting to everything. You stop absorbing negativity. You stop caring what people say. You stop letting their words or opinions disturb your inner balance. God is sealing your peace. God is protecting your emotional stability. God is making sure that nothing external can contaminate your internal walk. When you walk with salt in your shoes, you walk differently. You walk with dignity. You walk with assurance. You walk with authority. You walk knowing your path has been purified, your steps have been strengthened, and your future has been preserved by God Himself. You are not shaken. You are not derailed. You are not disturbed. You are not anxious. You know that every move you make is covered by God's plan. But salt also does something else. It creates thirst. When God says, put salt in your shoes, He is awakening a deeper thirst for Him. He is stirring a hunger for His guidance, His presence, His wisdom, His direction. You walk differently when you are thirsty for God. You walk with more focus, more intention, more clarity, more surrender. Your steps become a pursuit, not a routine. Your walk become a journey, not a chore. God is saying, I am awakening your spirit so that you do not walk in dryness, but in desire for me. Some people try to walk through life with no spiritual thirst. They try to rely on their own strength, their own logic, their own understanding. But when the soul is not thirsty for God, the steps become weak. The walk becomes slow. The journey becomes draining. So God says, let me season your steps. Let me stir your hunger Let me give you a walk, a divine longing that keeps you connected to me. The salt in your shoes represents a soul that refuses to walk without God's guidance. Salt also represents covenant, meaning God is binding Himself to your journey. He is promising to walk with you, guide you, protect you, and preserve you. He is saying, where you walk, I will be. Where you step, I will lead. Where you move, I will strengthen. God is not sending you alone. He is stepping into the path with you. When God says, put salt in your shoes, He is preparing you for opposition too. Because whenever God gives you an instruction, you can be certain that pressure will arrive to test your obedience. There will be voices telling you the instruction is silly. There will be distractions telling you the journey is too long. There will be obstacles telling you the mountain is too high. There will be people who do not understand your steps because they cannot see what God placed in your shoes. But you must walk anyway. You must step anyway. You must keep moving anyway. Salt in your shoes means you do not stop when the path becomes uncomfortable. You do not stop when the ground becomes uneven. You do not stop when people criticize your pace. You do not stop when the journey takes longer than expected. God is saying, I am not giving you comfort. I am giving you endurance. And endurance is what separates those who dream from those who arrive. Many people have a dream level faith, but not walking level faith. They can imagine the destination, but they cannot handle the steps required to reach it. God is giving you endurance so you do not collapse under responsibility. God is strengthening you so you do not crumble under pressure. God is toughening your spirit so you can carry what He is about to release in your life. Salt in your shoes is also a symbol of identity. God is telling you, do not walk like them. Do not move like them. Do not follow the footsteps of those who compromise, quit, or dilute their purpose. God is giving you a different walk because He has set you apart for a different outcome. Your steps are not common. Your calling is not common. Your journey is not common. So God gave you an uncommon instruction to produce an uncommon result. Salt in your shoes means you are walking with a purity of purpose. Your motives are clean. Your direction is intentional. Your spirit is aligned. You are not wandering. You are not drifting. You are not lost. You are centered, focused, and anchored in God's will. Salt means your walk will influence others. When God fortifies your step, you leave a spiritual imprint everywhere you go. You leave peace in the places you step into. You leave clarity in the environments you touch. You leave wisdom in the conversations you enter. You leave strength in the hearts you encounter. God is making your walk a testimony. People will say, why do you walk like that? Why are you unshaken in storms? Why are you calm under pressure? Why does nothing break you? And you will say, because God seasoned my steps. God fortified my journey. God strengthened my walk. And this is where the speech builds the prophetic truth. God wants you to grasp. You are entering a season where your footsteps will open doors. Your footsteps will shift atmospheres. Your footsteps will break generational patterns. Your footsteps will trample fear. Your footsteps will reclaim spiritual territory. Your footsteps will create pathways where there were none. Salt in your shoes means God is giving weight to your walk. Your presence will carry authority. Your voice will carry influence. Your decisions will carry impact. When you step into a room, you will not step in lightly. You will step in with presence, purpose, and power because your walk has been seasoned by God. Salt in your shoes means the small steps matter. The daily steps matter. The unseen steps matter. The private steps matter. Because God is watching not just the distance you cover, but the faithfulness in each step you take. Salt in your shoes means God is preparing you for a long journey, not a short sprint. He is building stamina in your spirit. He is building longevity in your faith. He is building discipline in your heart. He is preparing you for blessings that require consistency, responsibility, and endurance. The promise He has for you is not small. The future He has planned for you is not fragile. It is weighty, eternal, and powerful, and it requires a walk that can carry it. Salt in your shoes means you will not be defeated by time. You will not be discouraged by delay. You will not be weakened by waiting. God will preserve your hope. He will protect your vision. He will keep your expectation alive. While others tire during the wait, your spirit will stay strong. Salt in your shoes means God is removing spiritual parasites, people who drain your energy, distract your purpose, or disturb your peace. You will walk away from what weakens you. You will step out of what confuses you. You will move past what has held you back for years. Salt in your shoes means wherever you walk, you bring the presence of God with you. You walk with divine protection. You walk with divine clarity. You walk with divine insight. You walk with divine courage. You walk with divine strength. Your steps are no longer yours. They are guided, guarded, and empowered by God. Salt in your shoes means your past cannot contaminate your future because God has purified your path. You are not walking into the next season with the residue of the old. God has cleansed your direction. He has washed your steps. He has prepared your path. Salt in your shoes means you are ready even if you don't feel ready. When God fortifies your steps, He removes the fear of inadequacy. You no longer walk timidly. You no longer walk questioning your worth. You no longer walk hesitating. God is saying, walk boldly, walk confidently, walk with authority. I have seasoned your steps. Salt in your shoes means God is giving you stubborn faith, the kind of a faith that does not back down, the kind of a faith that does not collapse, the kind of a faith that does not negotiate with fear, the kind of a faith that looks at mountains and says, move. Salt in your shoes means you are stepping into alignment with God's will. And when your steps align with God's plan, nothing, absolutely nothing can prevent you from reaching what He has ordained for you. Salt in your shoes means you are stepping forward with a fortified spirit, a purified heart, and an unbreakable will. You are walking into a future constructed by God's own hands. And when God tells you to put salt in your shoes, it is not merely to strengthen where you walk, it is to transform who you become while walking. Because every step with God is not just motion, it is spiritual molding. It is character refinement. It is internal elevation. God is not only guiding your path, He is enlarging your spirit. Every step taken with salt in your shoes becomes a tool of divine transformation, shaping you into someone who can carry the weight of the destiny that awaits. God is preparing your inner vessel before He releases your outer victories. Salt in your shoes means God is sharpening your discernment. This is the season where you will no longer walk blindly into traps that once caught you. God is opening your eyes to the subtle shifts of the Spirit, the quiet signals, the silent deceptions, the hidden motives. He is teaching you to feel the ground beneath your feet before you commit to the next step. He is teaching you to sense the truth behind someone's smile, the intention behind an opportunity, the spiritual climate behind an environment. God is ensuring you no longer lose your way through naivety. Your footsteps are becoming wise, cautious, intentional, and spiritually alert. And as God pours this discernment into your steps, He's also giving you the courage to walk away from places that no longer carry His presence. Salt in your shoes gives you the boldness to leave behind what drains your spirit, the strength to disconnect from what weakens you, and the clarity to step out of environments that choke your purpose. You will not remain where God's presence is no longer leading you. You will not force yourself into rooms. He is calling you out of. Your spirit will feel the discomfort, the heaviness, the lack of peace, because the salt in your shoes will not allow you to settle where your destiny cannot grow. Salt in your shoes means God is increasing the authority of your footsteps. There is a certain weight that comes upon a person who walks closely with God, an unseen authority, a spiritual presence that cannot be fabricated or faked. When you walk with the weight of God's presence, you do not have to announce yourself. Your spirit announces you. Doors shift when you arrive. Atmospheres transform when you enter. People listen when you speak because there is divine substance behind your words. This is not human confidence. This is God-given authority. And this authority is not loud. It is undeniable. Salt in your shoes means your presence carries influence even when your mouth is silent. It means your character speaks louder than the noise around you. It means your discipline becomes a testimony. It means even your quiet steps are guided by God so deeply that people sense the purity of your walk. When God seasons your steps, you no longer strive to be seen. Your walk exposes the light within you. Salt in your shoes means God is cleansing the path behind you, ensuring that nothing unclean, poisonous, or spiritually toxic follows you into your next chapter. Salt purifies. Salt disinfects. Salt removes decay. God is saying, I am cleansing the trail of your past. The footsteps behind you will no longer carry regret, guilt, shame, or wounds. I am purifying your walk so that the shadows of yesterday do not contaminate the promise of tomorrow. This is the season where God is cutting off the residue of old battles. You are not walking into your next season with the emotional dirt stuck to your souls. God is washing your footsteps clean. Salt in your shoes means God is awakening the warrior inside you, because you cannot reach divine purpose with a fragile spirit. God strengthens your steps because He knows the terrain will not always be smooth. There will be hills that demand resilience, valleys that require faith, storms that test your confidence, paths that seem impossible. But God is saying, I am toughening your walk. I am awakening your spiritual fight. I am empowering you to tread on the things that once overcame you, where you once feared. You will now step boldly. Where you once hesitated, you will now advance with conviction. Where you once doubted, you will now walk with unshakable assurance. Salt in your shoes means God is teaching you that your walk itself is warfare. Every step you take in faith destroys chains that try to bind you. Every step you take in obedience breaks cycles that try to repeat. Every step you take in surrender disrupts the plans that darkness tried to set against you. Your walk becomes a weapon. Your steps become an act of spiritual defiance. You are not just moving, you are conquering. Salt in your shoes means God is preparing you to carry blessings that require maturity. Because divine blessings do not arrive in fragile hands or unstable steps. God strengthens your walk so you can handle the promotion, manage the responsibility, and sustain the new level. Many desire the blessing but do not have the endurance to sustain its weight. But God is saying, I am preparing your steps so that when I elevate you, you do not collapse under the pressure of greatness. Salt in your shoes means God is giving you patience for the journey, not passivity, but purposeful patience. Patience rooted in knowing that God's timing is flawless. When God seasons your steps, impatience loses its power. You no longer rush out of anxiety, you move deliberately out of trust. You no longer chase what is not yours, you walk toward what God appointed. You no longer push doors open, you allow God to unlock them at the right moment. Salt in your shoes teaches you to cherish the process, not just the promise. Salt in your shoes means your walk is now anchored not by emotion, not by impulse, not by fear, but by God Himself. You walk with a grounded spirit, steady, centered, balanced, unwavering. And when people around you panic, your steps remain aligned. When others lose direction, you remain rooted. When chaos swirls around you, you continue walking with purpose because God has fortified your steps with peace that cannot be stolen. Salt in your shoes also means God is sharpening your intuition, the spiritual instinct that whispers to your soul, even when logic cannot explain it. You begin to sense when God is saying go, even when circumstances look unclear. You begin to feel when God is saying wait, even when opportunities seem promising. You begin to recognize when God is saying stop, even when people push you forward. This intuition is not earthly, it is divinely infused into your steps by God Himself. Salt in your shoes means every step you take is protected. You are shielded from unseen dangers, hidden traps, silent attacks, and spiritual ambushes. God goes before you, behind you, above you, and within you. No step is taken alone. No movement is unguarded. No path is unprotected. When you walk with salt in your shoes, you walk under divine surveillance. Salt in your shoes means your footsteps will leave a legacy. You are not just walking for yourself. You are blazing a trail for generations connected to you. Every step you take in faith becomes an inheritance for those who come after you. Every battle you overcome becomes a victory they won't have to fight. Every mountain you climb becomes a path they can follow. God is making your walk generationally impactful. Salt in your shoes means your journey becomes a message. People will learn by watching your endurance. They will be strengthened by observing your walk. They will be inspired by the passion in your steps, the conviction in your stride, the faith that sustains your movement. Your life becomes a sermon without words because God seasoned your steps. Salt in your shoes means you are stepping into a new identity, not the person shaped by past struggles, but the person shaped by God's present strength. Not the person defined by wounds, but the person defined by divine purpose. Not the person held down by fear, but the person lifted by faith. God is transforming your walk because He is transforming your nature. Salt in your shoes means you are stepping out of a spiritual dryness. Seasons where you felt empty, numb, disconnected, drained, they are ending. God is refreshing your spirit. He is restoring your strength. He is reigniting your inner fire. You will no longer walk with a tired soul. You will walk with a revived spirit. Salt in your shoes means God is renewing your direction. He is correcting the course you lost, restoring the steps you wasted, and realigning your path to His plan. Even if you wandered, God is bringing you back into alignment one step at a time. You will no longer feel lost because your steps are now guided by God's wisdom. Salt in your shoes means God is empowering you to outgrow old versions of yourself. The insecure, you cannot walk in these shoes anymore. The fearful, you cannot fit into this journey anymore. The doubtful, you cannot step into this season anymore. God is evolving you, enlarging you, and elevating you internally so that externally you can walk into new territory with authority. Salt in your shoes means your footsteps will silence the voices of doubt. There are people waiting to see you fail, rooting for you to fall, expecting you to collapse. But God is saying, I will strengthen your steps so powerfully that your walk will silence every voice that spoke against you. Salt in your shoes means God is preparing you for divine surprises, unexpected breakthroughs, quiet miracles, sudden opportunities, hidden blessings. You will step into rooms you never imagined, conversations you never planned, blessings you did not see coming because your walk has been aligned with God's timing. Salt in your shoes means you are unstoppable, not because of your own strength, but because the one guiding your steps never fails. And when God empowers your walk, no force on earth can destroy what He established within you. And when God says, put salt in your shoes, He is not only preparing you for the steps in front of you, He is preparing you for the moments where standing still requires just as much faith as moving forward. Because there will be seasons where God tells you to advance and seasons where God tells you to wait. There will be moments where God pushes you into new territory and moments where God anchors your feet so firmly that nothing can pull you away from the ground that He planted you on. Salt in your shoes means you are prepared for both the obedience to move and the strength to remain. There are places in your journey where God will command you to stand even when everything around you urges you to run. Stand in the storm. Stand in the pressure, stand in the uncertainty, stand when logic cannot explain the situation, stand when circumstances appear against you. And the reason God strengthens your shoes with the salt is so that you will not be moved by the shifting winds of life. Salt-gripped footsteps do not slide under pressure, they cling to purpose with a divine resilience. When God seasons your steps, you do not lose a spiritual footing, even when the ground beneath you trembles. Salt in your shoes means God is preparing you for divine elevation, the kind of elevation that requires more stability in character than visibility in appearance. Before God lifts you, He strengthens you. Before He expands your territory, He solidifies your foundation. Before He increases your influence, He purifies your motives. Salt is the unseen preparation for the steps that will one day be seen by many. God is working on you inwardly so that when He reveals you outwardly, you will not fall under the weight of the assignment. And the reason God insists on salt is because salt represents purity of intention. A spiritual antiseptic that cleanses your walk from ego, selfish ambition, or the desire for human approval. God is saying, I want your step to be clean, not corrupted. I want your motives to be pure, not polluted. I want your journey to be fueled by obedience, not validation. Salt prevents decay, and God is preventing your purpose from spoiling under the influence of pride or distraction. He is cleansing your steps so that everything you do carries the fragrance of sincerity and the essence of truth. Salt in your shoes means your journey will demand courage, a courage that is not loud, not reckless, not impulsive, but deeply anchored in trust. God does not strengthen your steps so that you can run in arrogance. He strengthens them so that you can walk in obedience. He gives you courage so that you will move even when fear whispers lies. He gives you courage so that you will enter the unknown without collapsing. He gives you courage so that when the path darkens, your faith still shines. Courage seasoned by God is not dependent on circumstances, it is dependent on conviction. And conviction is what salt produces. Salt intensifies flavor, and God is intensifying your conviction. He is sharpening your clarity about who you are, what you are called to, and where you are going. No more walking as someone unsure, someone hesitant, someone divided within, God is merging your inner world into alignment so that your steps are unified. No more double-mindedness, no more spiritual fragmentation. Salt binds your steps to the direction God has assigned. Salt in your shoes also means God is lengthening your endurance, not just for the distance of the journey, but for the battles along the way. There will be moments where the road becomes steep, where the path becomes narrow, where the journey demands more strength than you anticipated. But God is giving you endurance that does not collapse at the sight of opposition. Your steps will not falter in adversity. Your spirit will not tire in hardship. Your resolve will not diminish under weight. God is empowering you to outlast everything designed to exhaust you. And it is this endurance that separates those who watch destiny from those who walk into it. Many start strong but quit quickly. Many dream big but break early. Many carry vision but lack the endurance to complete it. But salt in your shoes ensures you do not quit in the middle. You do not break under pressure. You do not stop when the path becomes uncomfortable. You endure because God infused your steps with divine strength. Salt in your shoes means God is teaching you the value of spiritual sensitivity, the ability to detect subtle changes in the atmosphere around you. You will feel when a door is not of God, even if it looks golden. You will sense when a person's intentions are unstable, even if their words sound sweet. You will perceive when God is redirecting your path, even if the signs are faint. This is not paranoia, it is a spiritual sensitivity, a gift that comes from walking closely with God. Salt awakens your feet and God awakens your spirit. Salt in your shoes means your direction is sanctified, meaning God is not allowing you to wander into everything that looks attractive. Attraction is not alignment. Opportunities are not always divine. Open doors are not always God's doors. And God is saying, I will guard your steps from paths that lead to spiritual loss. I will protect you from detours disguised as blessings. I will close the doors that your eyes admire, but your destiny cannot survive. Salt in your shoes ensures you walk where God leads, not where your emotions wander. Salt in your shoes means God is preparing you for environment your old self could not handle. The version of you that existed last season could not survive the elevation God is preparing. God is strengthening your mindset, purifying your heart, and deepening your discipline, because the next level requires a wiser, stronger, more surrendered you. You are being refined because your promise is refined. You are being strengthened because your assignment is heavy. You are being seasoned because your future carries weight. Salt in your shoes means God is developing the capacity of your spirit, enlarging your internal space to handle spiritual responsibilities, emotional weight, and divine revelations. You will begin to carry peace in situations that once overwhelmed you. You will carry clarity in conversations that once confused you. You will carry calmness in storms that once frightened you. Your spirit is expanding, growing, maturing, because God is preparing you to walk in authority.